Namandav, it's Namandav, it's Namandav, it's Namandav, 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 Namandav.
Good morning. Welcome to our hybrid virtual in-person service. My name is Gary Oda, and I would like to thank you for attending this morning's combined Dharma family and May Shutski Memorial Service. We will begin the service with a moment of quiet sitting. Reverend C.J. Dumford will strike the bell, and we will sit for 1 or 2 minutes to quiet our minds and prepare to hear the Dharma. Then he will strike the bell again, and we will continue with the service.
As we sit together today, let us notice the ground beneath our feet, connecting us to the earth. As we sit together today, let us notice the chair beneath our bottom and on our back, supporting us and giving us comfort. As we sit together today, let us notice the air as it enters our lungs, giving us life. As we sit together today, thoughts, feelings, emotions will arise. May we greet them as one would an old friend and let them go. Breathing in, our feelings arise. May we greet them without judgment. Breathing out, let them go. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandav, it's Namandav, Namandav, it's Namandav, Namandav.
Reverend C.J. will now chant the Shambujo, which is on page 23 of the Purple Service Book, followed by the Hoyobakumon dedication passage. Following the dedication, Reverend C.J. will chant Amida Dakyo, which is on page 101 of the Purple Service Book. During the chanting, the Shochi families are invited to come up to offer incense.
Shaka nyorai ni udo samge la 지포녀라이 니으도 조 삼계 Yoyaku. Today, on this occasion of this month's Shotsuki Hoyo Memorial Service, we gather to remember our loved ones who passed away in the month of May. In accordance with our teachings on impermanence, all beings are born, we grow, learn, and love, and then each of us must someday die. Though we may recognize this truth of the Buddha Dharma intellectually, it is only natural that we grieve the parting of our dear loved ones, and the reality of loss is difficult to accept in our hearts. And so we come together to remember them today. Along with impermanence, the truth of our interdependence reveals the importance that all beings play in our lives, that every moment we share together is a treasure to be cherished in our hearts. With great compassion, Amida Buddha established the vow of indiscriminate liberation, to lead all beings to the realm of nirvana once our bodies no longer hold life. After death, Buddha immediately brings about our attainment of the highest enlightenment and complete liberation from suffering. Because of this vow, our loved ones have also become Buddha, the light of truth, which compassionately guides and embraces us here in our journey towards emancipation in this life, here today. May we encounter the boundless light of Buddha and deepen our appreciation of this guidance. May we remember with gratitude all that we've received from those who have been born before us, and reaffirm that we continue to receive guidance in this life within their embrace. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 I'll now read the Shotsuki names. Hideo Adachi, Douglas Barut Davis, Ayako Fuji, Sansuke Fujinaga, Bill Galeota, Junji Hamai, Tomoko Hamamoto, Satoshi Hane, Florence Nita Hiramoto, Terry Teruyo Hiramoto, Kirie Hiraoka, Yonezo Hirose, Edward Akihiko Imazumi, Kazuhiro Ishida, Amayo Ishida, Shigenori Iyama, Toshio Jimbo, Shigeru Jio, Chika Kawamoto, Stella Isao Kimura, Teruo Komure, Michio Kono, Torayoshi Maeda, Kane Maeda, Roy Saburo Matsushino, Priscilla Setsuko Maeda, Alma Tsuneko Hirose Miller, Naokichi Mitsuyasu, Kimio Miyaji, Ayako Marie Miyazaki, Barbara Miyazaki, Yuta Morimoto, Fusako Morita, John Morita, Robert Nagahisa, Miyoko Nakagawa, Miyoshi Nakano, Edwin Shigeyuki Oki, Ami Oki, Kenji Ota, Hisae Joanna Sakai, Larry Takeo Sato, Shizuko Shimada, Fumiko Oshita Sugihara, Ginzo Suto, Mary Bonzo Suzuki, Lucille Takano, Yoshinori Taneda, Kikuye Alice Tokuyoshi, Wataru Tsuchihashi, Toshiko Tsuchitani, Toshiko Tsujimoto, Toshiko Tsurumoto, Kiyomi Uchisa, Kiyoye Unoki, Kawayo Yamasaki, Satoshi Jo Yamasaki, Ninosuke Yoshida, Toshio Yoshida, Takehiko Yoshimura. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 아미다 교 요새가 문이치지 분사의 샤에 고크 이주기고 六音四大ビク主1250人区海世大やら監修長子式長老者利本マカモケンメンマカカショマカ千年マカクチラリハタシュリハンダガアナンダゴロゴカ教本ハダイビンズルハラダクルダイマコヒナハクラアヌルダニョゼト初代テシ病母サッマカサッモンジュリシュリホオジアイタボサッケンダカブライボサッ上昇神ボサッロネト超大菩薩愚釈大観音と無料商店大祝二次文語少量者利本重税裁法果樹万の区分道右世界妙和極楽五流五阿弥陀高現在法説法者利本非道学妙意極楽ご意国修上無祝単樹小楽光明極楽シャリホン極楽国土七十乱樹七十羅網七十五十海税師匠中止相違尿税法被告妙極楽ウシャリホン極楽国土ウシポヒ白毒水十番号中地帯順に本社富士変街道皇后瑠璃ハリゴ上上ウロ国意言語グリハイシャコ釈州名の二言直視地中連下大尿車輪小式小法大式陽子釈式社子略式白子微妙公設シリ本五浦国土上十尿税空毒将軍ウシャリ本非無国土ロサ天学黄金二次中夜六時ミムナンダラケ広告市場上位昇誕格営国上州名家空用他法10万の区分即位記伝統音楽四時期兵庫シャリホン極楽国土上十尿税空毒称号ウシャリホン被服上上集中奇妙座敷指標白注釈オムシャリ下領便学名市長税商州長長夜六時水和下音五円上五本五力七宝大文破衝動文尿税等合同市長門税四に改新年分年法年少者利本尿物意相婦人者財宝少々小医者が非部国土無三脈主サリホ五部国土小無三脈土死名画表宇実ジ小主小海税阿弥陀仏欲量本源流変化少佐シャリホ非部国土未不水道長法音樹具法ラモ水未妙音非尿百千具弱小具差モゼ音社会年少年仏年法年造死神シャリホ五部国土上十尿税空毒将軍 シャリホンオニョイユンガヒブンガゴゴアミダシャリホンヒブンコミョ無料生じポ国無償生へゼゴイアミダ無シャリホンヒブン寿命無公認民無料無変アソギココミョアミダシャリホン無ミダブ成仏以来黄金時候ウシャリホンヒブン無料無変正門で司会あらかん非税三十市場の非消防査州薬部行政シャリホン非部国土上住行税空毒正言ウシャリホン極楽国土修上少者改税アババチご中他う衣装不詳ご春人他春中小の知識単価微無料無変阿蘇義公設シャリホン修上門者応答が地非公教医者が特業尿税症状年に不営所シャリホン不快修前後陸特因年特消費国シャリホン薬伝難し全尿院門節涙仏修理名号脈一日脈日脈三日脈二日脈五日脈六日脈七日一心不乱五人年名十字阿弥陀仏少々相受現在証言千人十字神父天道速読往生阿弥陀仏極楽国土シャリホン下見税理公設地語薬種修上モゼセした応答本願司法非国土シャリホン尿が根者三男阿弥陀仏不可思議空毒逃亡薬阿宿非仏修味法仏大修味仏修味公仏尿税と合賀者修正文各王合国水合上思想反布参戦大先生会老人言尿と修正東進税小三不可思議空洞一切小文小五年よシャリホン南方世界一がと尿門公文回戦見文市民当文無料小人文尿税と合合者首相文各王合国水行絶相反布参戦大戦世界戦場実言尿と修助東進強制不可思議空毒一切小文小五年よシャリホン裁縫世界無名上場部無料総部無料動部大公部大名部放送部上皇部尿税統合が社収小部各王合国水法絶相反布参戦大先世界戦場人言尿等修助東進税小三不可思議空毒一切小部小五年業シャリホン法世界 無縁見仏最小言仏南小仏二小仏無明仏妙税統合五者者修小仏各王合国水光絶素反平三千大先生海戦上人語尿頭修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年行舎利本下法世界無視死仏妙門仏妙高仏Dharma仏報道仏自法仏尿税統合が社修小仏各合国水光絶素反風三千大先生海戦上人言用等修上等身世小座不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年行舎利本情報世界無本の仏中央仏上上仏後方仏大見仏会社式法合神仏舎利有上仏老永特仏天意祭儀仏尿臭未戦仏尿税と合が社修小仏各王合国水工場絶素反風三千大先生会jet上銀言用等修上等身税小三不可思議空毒一切小仏小五年行舎利本応尿意運が画教も一小仏小五年行舎利本脈前難死前病に妙税小仏小仙妙空行妙者税小難死税上に海一切小仏偶小能年海徳不大天大阿のくたら三脈三宝大継承舎利本行東海法真珠が合偶小仏小仙舎利本願人非本願公本願東本願欲生阿弥陀仏国者聖上人と回復不大年大阿のくたら三脈三宝大地王国道脈周一生脈根性脈東小税公舎利本小善難死天陽人脈信者応答本願消費国土舎利本用語根者小三部所不可思議空毒非小相分略小説が不可思議空毒にさ聖言釈無人分のいじゃんねんけうしじの小場国道長辱悪性公辱権辱凡尿辱上陽辱尿上塾中徳阿の徳たら三脈三宝大異小修上摂政小さい政権難心司法舎利本統治がを強辱悪性行人難死徳な徳たら三脈三宝大異才政権絶心難死法税異じゃな不節死法医舎利本具長美空異才世間天になしゅらと門武装戦寛義真珠さらいにこう無節涙経ナマンダブナマンダブナ 감리시그도그 묘도세 이사이 노혼모다이시 오조흐 암나호 나무아미다붓 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 나무아미다붓
Please rise if you are able to follow along with the Gatha, Amida's guiding light, which is on the handout. Please remain standing for the reading of the Golden Chain. I will now recite Golden Chain 2 on page 15 of the Purple Service Book. Please feel free to follow. Golden Chain 2. I am a link in the Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but that of others. May every link in Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all obtain perfect peace. Namo Am Tzu. Namo Am Tzu. Namo Am Tzu. You may be seated. We will now have a Dharma message by Reverend C.J.
Good morning, everyone. Let me just... Please join me in Gassho as I share the words of Venerable Shinran. Of those who encounter the power of the primal vow, not one passes by in vain. They are filled with the treasure ocean of virtues, the defiled waters of their blind passions, not separated from it. The sages of the Tathagata's pure lotus are born transformed from the flower of perfect enlightenment. Thus, the aspirations of sentient beings are swiftly and completely fulfilled there. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. So in these passages, the first verse teaches that when we encounter the light of the Buddha, our lives are forever changed. And while we may not become perfect people, we are filled with the virtues of Amida Buddha. Our destiny of complete liberation is settled once we receive that light. The second verse teaches that when our bodies no longer hold life, we're finally transformed and become one with Buddha. The implication here is that once we are united with Buddha, we all become part of the same light that leads to the liberation of all beings. So for today, for our Shotsuki Hoyo service, when we remember our loved ones who passed away this month, I hope that we can see life is this cyclical and transformative thing. According to our teachings, life and death are cyclical. For the ocean of all beings in the universe, we're born, we live our lives, and then one day we pass away. Sometimes we might be fortunate that we have relatively easy lives, and in other cases, our lives may be overcome with challenges and difficulties. In either case, all of us experience birth and death. This is one of the many challenging truths of the Buddha Dharma. These experiences of living, loss, and death are essential to what the historical Buddha Shakyamuni called dukkha, which we often translate as suffering. But a better understanding of dukkha is the universal sorrow that we all experience as we come to grips with our human mortality. It is our universal discontent that we can't have everything we want in life. And Buddha didn't necessarily mean that in a judgmental or condemning way. Rather, he was pointing to the fact that this discomfort with our mortality is something that all living beings share. It is this universality or commonality of the human experience around mortality that brings us together today to express our grief as we hold ourselves together in community. When I first started training to be a priest, I thought Buddhism was a bit of a negative religion because of how important death or understanding our limited lives is. But as my understanding of the Buddha Dharma grew deeper, I also began to understand that when we're able to acknowledge the limitations of our lives, then we may start to begin to understand just how precious this gift of life that we have truly is. I think another reason why I was at first so concerned about the focus of death in Buddhism comes from my own experiences too. For most of my life, I've experienced depression and anxiety, and as part of those experiences, I often think of my own death. But I've learned that when I share those thoughts with other people, it can scare them or make them sad. I think that after a while, I sort of taught myself that to talk about and to acknowledge the fact that we all will die was taboo because it made people feel uncomfortable. I thought something was wrong with me, that people only ever think about living and how wonderful life is, even though I don't often feel that in my own heart. After going closer to our Sangha here and my other Sangha in Marin, and after attending and officiating many memorial services like this one, and after conducting several funerals, I began to see how sacred that death and dying are. How can we avoid talking about the end of our lives and our sadness at the loss of our loved ones, and how important that is? That avoidance of talking about death, though, will not prevent it from occurring. The end of life, no matter how young or old, is a sacred thing. And when we have the chance to grieve together, as we're doing today, then something alchemical may happen in our hearts. We may begin to see that while our loved ones' bodies may no longer hold life, they live on in us. The lessons they taught, the love that they showed, and the very real impressions that they left on our lives and in the lives of our communities. In this way, we might think of death less as an end of things, but the transformation of people and things. All this, in considering the Buddha Dharma's understanding of death, helps us to also to see the transformation that occurs in each of us when we begin to awaken to liberation. The primal vow, which was a point of information in today's Gosandai at the start of my talk, is the universal promise of liberation for all beings. It is the promise of ultimate awakening via the transformation of our lives. Much of this transformation happens daily as we come together in community to learn and to experience the Buddha Dharma. But the final stage of our awakening happens when we become one with the light and life of Buddha, after these bodies no longer hold life. According to our teachings, those of us who follow the Buddha way are born in the land of bliss, Amitabha's Pure Land, where we instantly become one with Buddha and return to this world in order to light the way for others. This birth means that the death of our human form is only the beginning of an endless journey as the light and life of Buddha, guiding others together towards ultimate liberation. As humans, when we or someone we love experiences death, it's natural to feel sorrow and to mourn. But I'm grateful that we can do it together, with the promise of our ultimate liberation. Usually for my Shotsuki talks, I like to share a song, but today I want to share a poem. This poem was written by Palestinian scholar, activist, and now martyr, Rifat al-Arir, who was murdered by the Israeli occupation forces in December of last year. He wrote this poem to his daughter, who was martyred by Israeli occupation forces just over a week ago, on Friday, April 26th. I share this poem because it contains a message of hope, of the alchemical transformation that might occur in our grief, and more importantly, as a Buddhist priest whose heart yearns for justice, I will not stop speaking up to condemn the genocide of Palestinians in Gaza. The poem I want to share is called If I Must Die. If I must die, you must live to tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings. Make it white with a long tail, so that a child somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself, sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope. Let it be a tale. Please join me in Gasho as we say the name of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 With that, I'd like to conclude my Dharma talk for today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Reverend CJ, for your wonderful Dharma talk. Please rise if you're able to follow along with the Gatha Ondoksan, which is on page 220 of the Purple Service Book. You may now be seated. We We would now like to welcome the following new guests. Please stand and wave so we can acknowledge your presence. Jeff Russell from the Ogden Buddhist Temple. Evan Shigemoto. Jean Shigemoto from Concord. Susan Oakley from Vallejo. Scott Tucciani. Catherine Vash, and Amal. Welcome. I will now read the announcements that have been submitted. Virtual yoga will be on Thursday, May 9th from 8 a.m. to 8:20 a.m. No registration required. Please make sure you turn in the waiver form, which is on the Zoom link, which is on our website. Online meditation and discussion Wednesday, May 15th at 7 p.m. Please sign up on our website. BBT Dharma monthly online study session, Thursday, May 30th at 6:30 p.m. The topic will be Shinran Shonin's life and teachings. The sign-up link is on our website. Reverend Matsumoto's retirement celebration will be on Saturday, June 15th, 11 a.m. at the Mountain View Buddhist Temple. If you wish to attend the celebration, please sign up online, and the sign-up link is on a flyer posted in the social hall, and it's also included in the weekly email. If you're interested in riding a bus from BBT in the event, to the event, please contact the temple office by Friday, May 10th to sign up. And the cost will be approximately $10 per person. And I think there's a sign-up sheet out here on the table for that. The 2024 Shatsuki Bazaar at our temple will be on Sunday, May 19th from 12 noon to 6 p.m. Food will include barbecued beef steak dinner, koala pork plate, vegetarian curry, udon, yakisoba, lokomoko, manju, sushi, and baked goods. There'll be free entertainment from 12:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. You can pre-order the barbecued steak dinners and make a bazaar donation on our temple website or through our weekly email. Baked good and silent auction donations over $50 value are gratefully accepted. The link to the online silent auction will be coming soon. There'll be a Bazaar Annual Gift 2024. Every year, the Berkeley Buddhist Temple donates part of the bazaar proceeds to a community nonprofit organization. There are 3 nominated organizations for 2024. The Healing Clinic Collective Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity, the Episcopal Church of Good Shepherds Pan Del Cidio program. You can vote after the service in person, or you can get a voting form from Reverend CJ after the service, or you can vote online using a link on the weekly announcement in the YouTube chat. Jodo Shinshu Center parking will be available next Sunday, May 12th. The gate will open at 9 a.m. and close at 9:30 a.m. sharp. Please arrive during this hour to take advantage of the JC parking for the Sunday service.
To conclude our service, I just have a few thank yous. Thank you very much, Gary, for being our chairperson today. Thank you to the live streaming team for their help during live streaming. Thank you to Emiko and Di for the gatha, the music. Thank you to the April Toban for preparing refreshments in the social hall. Last announcement, the bazaar construction has started after service today. I was told to chant faster, although I couldn't. If you can, please join us to set up the bazaar after having some refreshments. All hands are welcome and appreciated. This concludes today's service. Thank you to everyone who joined us for service, both virtually and in person.